Hello and welcome everybody one more time to the channel where you can use it to your advantage. Today we are going to repair or replace a drum that shakes all over the place and that just makes a lot of noise. First of all, the washer that we are working with right now this is a Whirlpool. You could do the same thing with Roper, State, Kenmore, and Whirlpool, Amana, and some other KitchenAid. So what we are going to do here, if you are experiencing that your drum, you move it with your hand like this and it moves all over the place without this moving around, that means that this is broken from in here. The drum will be broken from in there. And in order to replace this, we have to take the whole assembly and the agitator, take everything off so we could get to the drum. And right here, I will show you step by step of how to replace your drum. The tools that we will be using here is gonna be a Phillips screwdriver. It's gonna be a 7/16 socket with a long extension, and I created my own tool. It's all rusty. I've been using it for a while already, and I never cleaned it, never oiled it or greased it or anything. It's just a piece of metal. It's a half-inch steel that I use like a lever. I hit it with a mallet because right here inside the agitator it has a big nut like this. We'll show you what kind of nut it has in there in the middle, and I'm gonna show you where you can order that tool, the proper tool for that. In my case, I try to use the proper tool for that, but I was having a hard time, so I created my own mallet and my own bar so that way I could hit it instead of using that tool. Because one time I ordered it and I used it and then I didn't have enough room, and now I will show you how I was trying to do it there and it didn't work out for me, so that's why I used this rusty piece of metal. But later on, when I make another video later on, I will show you. I'm gonna grind that metal down and paint it and make it look nice and put a handle on it so that way it could look nicer. Because right now I just let it sit outside of my yard and rain got on it, dust got on it, and it got all rusty and full of rust and everything. Right here, our first tool that we are going to use is going to be our Phillips screwdriver. So we're going to walk around the back of the washing machine. And right here, it's going to have two Phillips screws right here that we have to remove in order to remove the board up and around and take the covering pan off. It has one on the right side and one on the left side. So let's start with those. But always remember, first thing first, make sure that you disconnect your washer from the power and your water, because sometimes they stay open and they all throw water all over the place. Or sometimes if you forget that you disconnect, that you are connected, you touch our wire and you'll get electrocuted. So first we're gonna start by removing this screw right here. As you can see right here, there's like 2 or 3 different washing machines. They have the same board like this one right here, and they have the screw in the back. And there's some of them like Kenmore and some other brand Whirlpool. They have this same screw. They have it in the front right here, so you'll take it up from here. But you gotta remove this panel out, so you could be able to remove that screw from this. But in this one, we have the screw in the back, one right here and one over here. So we remove both of them. Oops. Okay, so now that we remove the screws from the back, We are going to go to the front of the washer. So now we are going to get the board from the back, from both of the sides, and you're gonna pull it towards you because you got some hooks down there. And then once you pull it towards you, then you push them up and flip it around. And this is the reason why you gotta pull it towards you first, because you got these little hooks right here. They go in those holes. So by you pulling it forward towards you, then you release these little hooks, and then that way you could push it up like that. And now after that, we will need the flathead screwdriver or the Phillips screwdriver, and we're gonna put it in there and snap them off. In case you could use whatever screwdriver that you want. So you just put it in there. The way that you do that is you put it in there and you leverage this way and it pops right out. Do the same thing with this side right here and pops right out. So once you put those two things out, then this should be free to move out. But this wire here, it was not supposed to be here. But on a previous video that I did before this type of washer, they have a lead switch that's right here. And that short out. So what I did is I bypassed the switch and the ground wire, I put it direct to the cover, and then the lead switch wires, I put them direct. So now I don't need that switch here, and that won't be causing any more problem with not spinning no more. And that's what I did in the previous video. So you want to check out why your washer is not draining the water out. I explain how this lead switch messes up and it burns and it doesn't drain the water out. In this case, in this type of washer, the lead switch was on this side, and there's some other washers. If you can see this hole right here, they have like a little connector that gets stuck right there, and the wires run down here and they go to the side of the washer, and the lead switch is right here, and it will have a little plastic stick that sticks out right here. So whenever you close the door, your lead switch right here will get clicked in, and that will allow for the water to drain out. But if you're experiencing problems that your washer is not draining the water out, then you could bypass that too. The lead switch, you take it off, cut the wires, and put them direct how I did right here. You could do the same thing that you did to this lead switch, you could do it to the one over here too. So now by removing this wire here, you always remember that always you pull this towards you a little bit and pull the cover up, and then release that. You could just hold it from right here and take it out. And right here, we see the skeleton. We see the whole thing, the whole washer here. So this is what you should end up with. The cover is over here. We got the drum here. So we are getting closer. Our next step that we are gonna do here is, you see this plastic right here? It has like a little hook. So you just do this. You push it down and out. But I need both of the hands to do that. I'll show you right now. Okay, so the way that you do this is you push this down and then push this out, and you do the same thing all around the washer. You push them down, push them. Sometimes some of them have like a little holes right here. With a little hole they clamp right here, and they connect right here. So when you put your softener in here, the water that falls in here makes the softener go in there. But in this case, it didn't have nothing. I don't know why happened to that. But you keep pushing this thing down. And then you remove that outer ring. And then this case right here, then you take this off. Should just come off like this. Or there's sometimes when they're too stuck and you cannot pull it out, you can always get your flathead screwdriver, put it under here, and just tap it, and it should come out. You will see that plastic cover has two little ears that you could pull them out. That's a protector. It has a little seal on the sides, so that way the water won't get in there and rust the nut that is in there, the bolt. So you just go in there with your hands and you pull it out. See, sometimes we gotta clean that debris, all that salt that's left behind from the water. Especially if people that wash clothes with hot water, it's always gonna be like this. Me, I like to wash my clothes with warm water, and this is what the warm or the hot water leaves behind, all this salt right here. But anyways, you're gonna see a bolt in there when you can use your 7/16 socket to remove that out of the place and take the agitator out. Right here we get our 7/16. You make sure that you're gonna twist it lefty, loosey goosey. I always like to leave this kind of, whenever I repair an agitator or a drum, I don't like to tighten up this bolt too hard, because there's been some cases that some of them have like a little seal, so water won't go in there, and if you squeeze it too hard, then the seal will break. See, this is the nut right here, the bolt, and then once you remove this bolt, then the agitator should come out easy. So we're gonna put that there for a while, for now. Then we get the agitator from the bottom, and we just pull it off, and it comes out. So there you go. There's the agitator. Okay, now on all the washers, you are gonna find these little two pieces. It's a plastic and a metal piece. They go together. I don't know what's the purpose of this, but it has this in there. Do not have a clue what is that for, because I have fixed some washers before, and I forget to put this plastic and this metal there, and I never had any calls back telling me that something's wrong with the washers. So I don't know what is the purpose for those things. So right here, this is the nut that I was telling you, this big one nut. If you go on eBay and you type in washer agitator nut remover, they'll show you like a big old circle thing that looks like a kind of like a cross, that you put it in there. It has two little sticks or two little pieces of metal. They go in these holes right here, and it has like a little cross that comes out this way and another one that goes this way. So you could hit it with a hammer on the side, and that spins it out. But me, I try to do that, and I couldn't do it, because every time that I go hit it with this, I always end up hitting the drum and end up busting the drum and chipping little pieces off. So that is the reason why I made my own tool here with my mallet and my piece of metal. And I'll show you guys how I use this right now. Okay, this is the way that I use my tools that I made at home. I get my piece of bar right here, and I put it right at the edge of the cross right here. Get closer. See, you see that little hole? And then that's where I get it stuck in there. And then I hit it with a mallet. And that you gotta hit it hard because that thing has salt. It has salt from the hot water. So once you release it, it should spin up easy. You spin it out and take it out. And this is what it is. This is what's holding this drum in place. Like I was saying earlier, see all this rust and all that stuff? Little by little, this thing right here starts breaking apart, and that's what makes your drum move everywhere and start bouncing. Sometimes your transmission, this is the stick of the shaft of the transmission, and when this is spinning and your drum is not spinning, that could be because this is broken right here. What I do with these drums when they're broken like this, I just use them as fire pits. So once you have this off like this, all you gotta do is, right here, you grab it with your both other hands like that, and you pull it out. Sometimes they come out easy like this, so you pull them out. But me, what I do is, I'll pull it from right here, and at the same time I'll tap it, and then I'll spin it, pull it, and tap it, spin it, pull it, and tap it. And it should come out. Once you do all that, take out the drum. What I recommend a lot of times when you are gonna replace the tub, or sometimes if you wanna do a deep clean on your washer, always when you remove that drum like this, you can always go ahead and clean all that stuff out. That's all mud and from whatnot that your clothes has. Especially if you work in construction or in plumbing or anything that has to do with excavation, you're always gonna see this on your washers. That's just dirt and it's mud combined with salt, and also right here on the sides. Sometimes if your washing machine is washing clothes and you, like, I don't know where you smell not a good odor, like rotten sewer water or something, that's because it's full of these. Once you remove your drum like this, how I did right now, you can always get a wire wheel with a drill and just brush it all off. Because this will not come off with any chemicals. You cannot put nothing. There's no chemicals that I tried in Lowe's or any store or any chemical company or whatever. There's nothing that's gonna remove this. The only way that you could remove this is by using a wire brush. Or, yeah. And this, you can only remove this only by scraping it like this. I'm gonna use my metal. You can only remove this by, there's no chemical or there's nothing at the store that's gonna remove that unless you scrape it with a screwdriver or spatula or any sort of tool. There's nothing, and that thing smells. But this purpose of this video is to, if your drum is freaking is dancing everywhere, and then once you remove this here, you just gotta push this out, get your mallet here, and with a tail, you just go like, you just gotta push it down and out. And once you flip your drum out, this should be, you see how this is all nasty? This is all from the water And this is from the clothes when you wash it. Everything stays in the washer. Even though they say that your washing machine is clean, but look at this. And this washer is horrible. See this the metal that this is made of is like this because the fabric softener, like the Downy, and I don't know what other. Uh, anyways, that the chemical that the fabric softener has, it eats away this metal here, and that's what happens to the middle to the middle of your drum right here too. The fabric softener eats all this metal. The fabric softener. What I recommend for people to do is to stop using fabric softener and to use those towels that you could put on in the dryer. That is your best bet because all this right here and everything that you see right there and all these pieces that chipped off, that's because of the fabric softener. So from now on, I recommend everybody not to use fabric softener no more, especially the washers that they have now, like GEs, the LGs, all those fancy washers. The fabric softener is their worst enemy. So I recommend everybody to stop using it. Okay, so now that we know how to replace the drum, now we're gonna put it all back together. In this case, I'm not gonna clean this washer because I was just using it for example. This washer doesn't work or nothing. I was just using it for example, which I'm gonna take it apart later on and I'm gonna take whatever I need. But first things first, you gotta put this back in there. You cannot leave this in there and put it together at the same time. You always gotta make sure that you put this on first in there. And this thing, I don't know if you can see it, it's so nasty, so dirty. There's two little tabs right here. I don't know, right there. That the now will it will lock in there with those things, so it won't spin no more. Once you have done that, you're gonna be kind of sometimes it gets hard to take out, but you see those little gaps right there. They match up with that little nut right there. So you go in there, you put it in there, you wiggle it a little bit, put it in. You see how yes, it went in there. So once you get that, you get your drum. Okay, it's in there now. And sometimes if your washing machine is shaking a lot too, this thing, this ring, this outer ring that you see right here, that has water inside. And that ring is like a kind of like a balance ring, so it won't go bouncing all over the place. Sometimes when if you do take the drum out, inspect that ring to see if there's any holes or anything that let the water run out. And if you see these little ridges right here, the way that you take that off is you just put a screw in here and you jack it off. You take it off like this and it should come out. And then the other one, if you're gonna replace that, you just put the ring, snap it in there, and kind of counterclock twist it, and you unlock in there. You unlock in there again. Now here we are going to put our ring back in there too, our big nut in there. The same way that you took it out, you put it in, make sure that you don't cross thread it, so that way everything could go in good. Sometimes because of all that debris and all that nasty stuff that it's in there, it gets bad. So the same way that you took it out by pounding it a couple times, the same way that you gotta pound it in. So I don't got my helper to help me record this right now. So I'm just gonna pound it like 3 times and then I'll get back in the video. Okay, so now we got the pounding. We did the pounding. It's stuck in there now. It's not gonna fall out. And now we put our plastic back in there. This little plastic has a little, like a little stick either side. Doesn't matter what side you put it on, as long as you put it in the little hole right there. So you put that in there. Then we get the the horseshoe ring. I don't know what it's called. We put it in there, and there you go. I don't know what is the purpose of those 2 items right there, but we'll put them back in there. Then we get our agitator. Put it back in there. That's good. Then we're gonna get our 7/16 nut right here. Now on the nut right here, remember that you don't have to tie it up too hard because it does have like a little seal. The way that I tie this up is once I see the agitator spinning, then I just hold it from down here and spin it 2 more times, and then that's it. Leave it like that. Then we put our water seal in there, even though it doesn't work no more, but still just put it in there. But this is only for class purposes. So if you do this kind of work at your own washer, make sure that you take some time and clean all that stuff off and everything. That way you are gonna be sure that your clothes is cleaner than it was before you fixed it. You put this comb back in there, hit it, and that should stay stuck in there. Now what we're gonna do next, we're gonna get a ring, a plastic water cover, and we are gonna make sure that this, where you put the fabric softener, always gonna be on your right hand side. Okay, so when you put this in there, you just slide these things in there and snap, and snap one at a time, all around. There you go. Now we are going to put a cover back on there. Let me show you guys something right here before you put your cover back in there. Right here we got 2 little pieces of metal, little hooks that come out. Make sure that those are not vented. There's one in the back too, and on the other side they have the same. So when you are putting your cover back on your washer, right here on the bottom, it has this gap right here. That's where the front goes, and the same thing with the back. It has those little gaps. So make sure that those little hooks that are on your washer, they're not vented, or else whenever you put your cover back on the washer and you go to move your washer from one place to another, your cover is gonna pop right out. And we get our cover here, and I'll try to see if I could do it with one hand. Okay, let's see. Okay, so that way that you put your cover in there, you gotta have it tilted like that forward towards you. You open your lid, and then right here, you just kick it with your foot, and you'll see down there where I show you the little square, you gotta put your little holes in there. So once you do that, then you start pushing it back a little bit. You pull your board towards you, because if you pull your cover first down, then this is gonna be on the way. So you gotta make sure that you put this forward first, and then you slide that down there. You get like this, push it in there. Then right there we check that those things are flush right there. I don't know, you can see right here. Make sure that those things are flush. You go up here. Sometimes what happened to me a lot of times here, sometimes these holes get clamped right there. And that prevents from the air and pressure flowing to the leveler. And then the washing machine will start filling up water, and it'll never stop filling, and it'll overflow everything. So make sure that your board is not smashing that little air holes right here. Then you go to this side, you check it down there, make sure everything's okay. And then we come over here, we're gonna get our hooks. We got our hooks here. And the way that you put this, you get your hook this way. You see that little hook that's right there? You put it in there like that. You put it in place, and all you do is apply pressure, and you're good. Make sure that your line is out, the air line. And you go to this side, hook it in there. Sometimes they get stuck. So when you have that, then you put pressure on it, and then that's it. That's how you hook up those things. And me, I gotta put this wire back in there. Then once you hook those things up and put the wire in there, then don't forget to rotate this back out. Make sure that you hook up those little hooks in there. Hook it on this side, and then you push it. Push it back, and that nut is ready to put the screws back in there. And that, my friends, is how you replace the drum. I hope you guys learned something from here. I hope that it was easy enough for you guys to do it. But remember, always when you want to do something and you put yourself to do it, you can always accomplish. Don't give up just because you tried it one time and it didn't work out for you. Don't give up, man. Don't give up. There's plenty opportunities. Every new day is a new opportunity. So every day that you wake up, take advantage and grab your dream, grab your goal, and accomplish it. Even though it's gonna take some time, and do it. And if you make a mistake, learn from the mistake. And don't give up. Fix that mistake like you fix the washer, and you'll see. If you got a project that you're doing at home, take your time. Take an hour a day or 2 hours a day or as much as time as you want, but as long as that every day you are investing some time on what you want to do. So there you go, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Now, after this video, you know how to replace a drum, or in a case that you want a drum for a fire pit, that's the way to take it out, and that's the way to replace it. I just wanna thank you all for taking your time and watching this video, and I wanna thank you guys a lot for subscribing to the channel, and I just wanna tell everybody that everything that you learned today, you can always use it for your advantage. Don't forget that everything that you learned today, you can always use it tomorrow for yourself, to make a little money on the side, or to help other people. Never forget that everything that you learn, you can always teach other people. And that's, we gotta help each other grow in, acknowledge each other and teach each other everything that we can and everything that we know. I really hope that you guys like this video and that you guys share it. And if you guys have any comments, please put them down below. And if you got any different issues with the washers and everything, I will be posting more videos for you to learn, so that way you could either start your own business or just you're having problems with your washer and you want to fix it. There you go. This is for you. This is dedicated to you, and this is for your use. And also, another thing before I forget, if you are interested or you want to or you need a washer and dryer, don't forget to subscribe, to share and like. And if I get 1,000, if you guys help me get 1,000 subscribers, I will be giving for free a brand new washer and dryer set from your local store. All you just gotta do is comment down below, comment, hook me up with a set. And I'll be writing your guys' name. If you're interested in a washer and a dryer, I'll be writing out your name and I'll be putting it in a little jar. Once I get that 1,000 subscribers, I will choose one of them, and whoever name I'll pull out, you get yourself a washer and a dryer set, brand new from the store. And I wish that I could do this with everybody, but I can only do it for one person, and that's only if you guys help me get 1,000 subscribers. And I know you guys can, I know you guys could, and I know you guys want. So I encourage you guys to share, to like and subscribe, and all that kind of good stuff that we all like to do. We like to watch videos and we like them, and we, of course, we want to help others to get their videos around and do good for other people. And I know expecting them to do good for us, but you know how the world works. And I hope that everybody has a blessed day, and that may all you guys be in peace with God, and live life to the fullest and enjoy every moment, every minute. Life is too short to be angry or to be thinking too much about bad things, negative things. Stay positive, stay happy, stay healthy, do something, finish your project, get up once this video is finished. Get up and get off your butt, go finish your project, go fix your washing machine, go paint your car, your house, whatever that you gotta do it. Spend 1 hour a day doing on your project or your yard or your garage, whatever that you're doing at home, 1 hour a day and watch. When you least expect it, it's gonna be done. You're gonna walk out of your project, you're gonna look back and look at your project completely done in less time than you expected. Until the next video, I'll see you guys again. And I thank you again for subscribing. And remember, hook me up with a set to win a washer and a dryer. So until next time, thank you for watching.